Let's be real, running a family these days can feel like you're managing a chaotic startup, right? So, how do you actually build a system that works? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down one family's intentional blueprint for turning all that chaos into something that, actually flows. Yeah. Ever feel like your day is just this chaotic juggling act? You've got work, the kids, meals, and you're trying to find, I don't know, a single second for yourself? Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. That's pretty much the default setting for most of us. It's a totally universal feeling. So, that's exactly what we're going to look at here. The actual systems that one family, Vanessa and Dan, have put in place to bring some order to that daily juggle. And look, these aren't just theories from a book. These are practical, real world strategies that came straight from a conversation with them about how they make it all happen. All right, let's start at the beginning, the morning rush. I mean, for any parent, this is that daily moment where your house goes from totally quiet to absolute mission control. It's the moment the calm officially ends and the, well, beautiful chaos begins. I mean, this comparison really just captures that shift perfectly, right? On one side, you've got before kids, quiet, slow, maybe some time for yourself. And then, after kids, it's multitasking, it's managing people. As Vanessa put it, you go from sipping tea in peace to, and I quote, reading a book, nursing a baby, and drinking my tea at the same time. Talk about a masterclass in multitasking. So, how do you impose some order on that morning chaos? Well, with a system, of course. This right here is Dan's morning routine. And look, it's a super simple 4-step process. But that's the whole point. It's predictable, it's efficient, and it just guarantees that all the essential stuff gets done, so everyone can actually get out the door on time. Okay, so having a structured morning is a fantastic start. But, to keep the entire household running smoothly all day long, they rely on even bigger systems. Systems basically designed to keep everyone sane. And really, at the heart of it all is this basic concept of chores. Simply put, it's all the work that has to get done just to make the house run. It's not glamorous, we all know that, but wow, is it essential. So how do they handle it? With a super clear division of labor. Dan's on dishes, Vanessa's got laundry. They split the meals. And the key thing here isn't about some rigid 50-50 everything is perfectly equal split. No, it's about creating clear ownership. Because when you do that, you get rid of that constant daily negotiation of whose turn is it, and it makes sure nothing important falls through the cracks. And their system for food is a brilliant example of this in action. I mean, to avoid that daily, oh my gosh, what's for dinner panic, they use themed nights. You've got Miso Monday, Taco Tuesday, Fish Friday. This simple little structure just completely removes decision fatigue. It makes meal planning a routine, and it creates predictability in the absolute best way. But their systems aren't just about the logistics of who does what. As the day starts to wind down, a really powerful family philosophy kicks in, and it's all about prioritizing connection over content. And this number, well, it kind of says it all. 0. That's the amount of TV their kids watch on school days. It is a hard and fast rule in their house. And there's a really powerful reason why. Vanessa put it this way. She said, I don't want my kids to learn that the way that you can decompress at the end of the day is by watching TV. I think it's better to connect with them. So for her, it's about teaching them to process their day through actual human connection, not just zoning out in front of a screen. It's really about building a foundational skill for handling life. So what does that connection actually look like day to day? Well, it can be as simple as this question they ask at the dinner table. What was the best part of your day? It's a small ritual, but it's one that opens up conversation and really keeps everyone tuned in to each other's worlds. Okay, so with all this focus on chores, routines, and family connection, you're probably asking the big question. How on earth do they find any time for themselves? Well, let's take a look at how they intentionally carve out that crucial personal space. This right here, this was Vanessa's big game changer. She said, I deleted social media stuff off of my phone. All of a sudden, you have more time than you think you do. Just by doing that, she found that all those little pockets of in-between time, waiting in line, whatever, they just suddenly opened right up. And what did she fill that reclaimed time with? Reading. By grabbing her Kindle, listening to audiobooks, even reading while she was nursing, she started turning all those previously fragmented little moments into real significant time for herself. And it's not just Vanessa finding these pockets. They both use exercise as a really important tool for getting that alone time. For Dan, it's going for a run with his headphones in. For Vanessa, it's hitting the gym to listen to an audiobook or punch a punching bag. See, it's not just about physical fitness here. It's about a scheduled, guilt-free break from being on as a parent 24/7. So finally, when you pull all of these routines and choices together, they all point to something much deeper. This really profound transformation that happens when you become a parent. It's about forging a whole new identity. Vanessa shared this really beautiful proverb that just frames the whole experience perfectly. When a baby is born, a mother is born too. It's this idea that becoming a parent isn't just about adding a new person to your family. It's about you being reborn as someone new too. They talk about it as a page-turning event. You can't go back to the previous chapter, right? But the key is, it's not about losing your old self. You are still you, just maybe a different flavor of you, a deeper version. It's an evolution. And that really brings us to a final thought for you to consider. When you look at all these systems, for meals, for connection, for personal time, it all boils down to making intentional choices. So it makes you think, what about in your own life? What is that one small intentional routine that really makes your day meaningful?